Hello and welcome to Talk About It Tuesday. I'm your host, Keith Taylor. Today I have Emelinda here with me to talk about Mental Health Month. Emelinda has joined us a few times before, but I'm going to ask her to introduce herself again for those of you who may not know who she is. Emelinda.
Thank you, Keith. It's a pleasure to be back, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Emelinda, and I'm a clinician here at Staywell. You may have recently seen my video tour of our intensive outpatient program.
I did see that video, Emelinda. So I want to talk a little bit about Mental Health Awareness Month. Why is this month an important month?
Well, Keith, mental health awareness in general is something that we've all been talking about a little bit more as a community. Mental health awareness is designed to raise awareness about fighting stigmas. That could be culturally, that could just be the world and how people view things. But more importantly, it's about educating the public and supporting individuals so individuals know how to seek help for themselves, a friend, or a family member.
I'm going to focus on stigma around mental health. I know when someone breaks a bone, everyone is sympathetic. But if we talk about mental health, then people want to shy away. What can we do to stop the stigma around mental health and let the people know that it's okay not to be okay?
You're right, Keith. There is a stigma around mental illness, and while we're making progress, breaking through the stigmas, we're nowhere near close to where we should be. The National Alliance on Mental Illness, NAMI for short, has 9 ways where we could break stigma, and I'm going to share a couple of them with you here today.
Great. We don't have time to talk about all 9, but give us a few of ways we can combat stigma.
First, we can start by talking about mental health openly, as we are today.
Correct.
We can talk about our own challenges with mental health, and who knows, that conversation might go somewhere else and help someone who's currently struggling and afraid to speak up about it.
This is very true. I know that for men especially, it can be very difficult for them to talk about mental health, and it won't seem manly, when it comes to their stigma.
That is certainly true. Another thing we can do is educate ourselves and other people. The more we know about mental health and mental illnesses, the more we understand, and we're less afraid to openly talk about this all.
Education is certainly a key. So what else can we do to combat the stigma?
One of the biggest things we could do is just show compassion for people who are struggling with mental illness. Like you said earlier, people who break a bone, everybody is compassionate and sympathetic. But when we talk about mental health, there's no reaction at all, or usually people are just afraid to talk about it.
So what can I, or anyone else for that matter, do to show compassion for those that are struggling with mental health illness?
Sometimes it's just the simple things, simply just listening and letting that person know that you're there for them through their struggle. It might be randomly sending them a message filled with positivity and just simply asking them how they are doing. It doesn't take a lot to be compassionate to someone who is suffering.
I think this has given us a lot to think about. To learn more about mental health awareness and how you can get involved, visit NAMI.org to learn more. Emelinda, I want to thank you once again for joining me today. So how can someone get in touch with you or anyone else in the behavioral health department if they're struggling?
Thank you, Keith. It's always a pleasure talking about these important topics with you. If someone you know is struggling and needs help, please call 203-756-8021 and dial extension 3529 to speak with a behavioral health professional.
So there you have it. Get involved, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks when we talk about National Asian and Pacific Islander HIV Awareness Day. Until then,
stay well.